Okay, this video is going to be on synthetic division when this leading coefficient is not equal to 1. So one thing you have to do when you use synthetic division is when this is not equal to 1, you have to divide everything by 3. Okay, so if you divide every single thing by 3, our new coefficients, if you think about it, this one's 1. If it's not a whole number, we're just going to leave it a third. So negative 5 thirds, negative 74 thirds, negative 80 thirds. Okay, and when you think about this now, when you divide this by, you're going to have 1m plus 10 thirds. Okay, and then when you set that equal to 0, you're going to end up with m equals negative 10 thirds. So that's what we're going to put in our box, negative 10 thirds. So don't freak out just because it's a fraction. It's just a number. And then 3 divided by 3 is 1. Remember, we're going to write this as negative 5 thirds, negative 74 thirds, and negative 80 thirds. Okay, so our coefficients look a little different, but you're going to find out that our end results usually come out in whole numbers. So if we just bring this down, we get a 1. So negative 10 thirds times 1 is just negative 10 thirds. And if you think about this, it's going to be easy to add these two because they're in thirds. Right? Negative 5 thirds and negative 10 thirds is negative 15 thirds. Which, if you think about it, that's a whole number. That's negative 5. So I'm just going to rewrite my whole numbers down here right below. Okay, then negative 10 thirds times negative 5. Think about this. The negative 5, make sure I can see this. If I do negative 10 thirds times negative 5, that's really negative 5 over 1. So when I'm doing this, when I do a whole number times a fraction, it's really this whole number is being multiplied to the top, which would give me 50 thirds. 50 thirds. Okay? Put those together, that's negative 24 thirds, which negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. So again, if I do negative 8 times negative 10 thirds, that's 80 thirds. Think about it, because the 8 would be multiplied, the negative 8 would be multiplied to the negative 10. That's 80 thirds. You add those together, you get 0. Okay, so that's my remainder. That's going to be, my x squared term. So our m squared, negative 5m minus 8. There's my answer. Now, we got that same answer. You may be thinking, well, why would we deal with all those fractions and do this through synthetic division when we could, this is the exact same problem, okay? We could just go right back to long division. If you like the long divide, get the exact same answer as we, through long division we got that in. It's the exact same. So if you don't mind dealing with fractions, this really isn't that bad. Let me show you another one. All right, number 2. Okay, again, really, what do I divide by? Well, I need to get this to be 1n, basically. So I have to divide that by 4. And if I divide that by 4, I have to divide everything by 4. Okay, so when I do that, the only one that comes out a whole number is that. Now, if you think about this, this becomes 1n minus 3/4. And if I set that equal to 0, I'm going to add 3/4 to both sides. I'm going to get 3/4. So that's what's going to be in my box. And then I have 1, negative 43/4, 66/4, and negative 27 force. Bring this down. Think about it. 3/4 times 1 is just 3/4. But to add those two together, that's not that big of a deal. Add those two together, you get negative 40 force, which negative 40 divided by 4 is just negative 10. Negative 10 times 3/4. Think about it. 3/4 times negative 10 over 1 is negative 30 force. Add those together, you get 36 force, which is just 9. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And then 9 times 3 is the 27 force. Add those together, you get 0. So there you go. That's going to be your coefficient. So 1n squared minus 10n plus 9. Again, could have done this with long division, but we're talking about synthetic. Practicing synthetic division, you get the same exact answer using long division. So pick your strategy here. Okay, get the same answer. Okay, last one. Number 3 is 30k cubed plus 18k squared plus 15k plus 27 divided by 3. Okay, so look here, what do I have to divide by? 3. So this looks like it's going to be kind of nice because this is going to be k plus 1 there. And it looks like every single one of these, see, sometimes you get lucky, every single one of these is divisible by 3. So this is, I'm just going to rewrite it. 18 divided by 3, that's 6, plus 5k, plus 9. So it just so happened that every single one of these was divisible by 3. And so now when I think about this, k equals, when I set this equal to 0, k equals negative 1. So I'm going to put 10, 6, 5, 9. They're all positive. So this one should go really fast. Rewrite the 10. Negative 1 times 10. Negative 10. Add those. Negative times negative is positive. And negative times negative, or positive is a negative 9. That's 0. So this one came out nice and clean all the way around. And I get 10k squared minus 4k plus 9. And again, if you didn't see that, or you always go back to long division and get your answer. So you can see, got the same thing. So I really hope you do not run away from fractions, and you can figure this out. Use synthetic division. Really, you're just working with all thirds. Just think about it. You have a calculator. You could use your calculator, but it's really not that necessary, because you're just, it's not like we're working with fractions with all different denominators and things like that. Here you're working with all force. So hopefully you can figure it out.